they had I like Nancy Wilson. Yeah, to go give me a few more songs and put her on my MP3 here in the next day or two. And Ella Fitzgerald, yes, and Sarah Vaughan got a lot of good songs. Yeah, so I'll have to put them on my MP3 to like old John Lennon. I'm just doing time, right? And it feels that way, but not really. No, because we're given life by an infinite essence and not by the egos of scientific pervert manipulators. Okay, so we got to reassess that and then go through. That was John Lennon, and we didn't have excessive compulsive manipulative technology to the same capacity today as we did in John Lennon's time, right? So it's very important that we that are in control of ourselves take control of the technology and don't give the people manipulating any aspect of control. Okay, the technology is it's learning for their self. Well, the cosmic rays are where are you going to keep the cosmic rays in a box? How much are the cosmic rays? Do they need water? How much oxygen do they need? What natural laws do they need to obey to have babies and love women? Slide in and take what's yours. If I pass out, wake me up. I was like, why do we still have stuff like that online? You know? Um, the one where they had with the girl on the couch with the boobies showing and something. And she's talking, if I pass out, wake me up. If I fall asleep, wake me up. You're going to have sex with me. Or you can slide in and take what's yours and stuff. And it's like, yeah, that's, is it cute or disturbing? I don't know, you know. Um, I know a long time ago I used to enjoy sexuality. Now, I just see it as a horrific business proposition that will never shut the fuck up. That's all. Sex, the final frontier. It's like sleep, the final frontier, because you can't sleep because you get bombarded with stupidity in your dreams by the biggest, hey, slide in and take what's yours. No, just wake me when you're done. Okay. Let me sleep if we go to, wake me up if we get to heaven. Let me sleep if we go to hell. Okay, just keep sleeping. Okay, because they're not going to stand up for the Lord's Prayer, but you can slide in and take what's yours in your dreams. Program it. Okay, here we go. We're meditating your verse, right? In a metaverse. And who cares? Okay, if we're in multiverses, why is the sky blue? Well, that's one that, that's a good one. Kids always ask that one. But, that's a good one. Why is the sky blue? But not always. Why is it, polluted? Why has it got crap in it from corporations? Because we're stupid, we're going to keep all our rays in a box, and then she's going to slide in and take what's yours. You don't have to wake me up if we get to heaven. Let me sleep if we go to hell. This weirdness ends, right? Jeff wears Birkenstocks, right? Is that from 2006, right? Oh, we suck again. Yeah, we do. There's a lot of sucky things going on, yes. It's worse than the mailroom at the Empire State Building with Buddy the Elf and his passed away dad, who played I still think that they should have got Burt Reynolds to play Brian Piccolo. He looks like him. when he was Dewey, he's passed away too. But yeah, I was like, why didn't they cast Burt Reynolds as Brian Piccolo? He'd made an excellent Brian Piccolo. Billy D. Williams is Gil Sayers. Is that who it was? I think it was. Yeah, I think they could have picked somebody that looked more like Gil Sayers. I'm sure there were a lot of fine black actors in that time that, hey, he looks like Gil Sayers and would have played it well. But, it's Hollywood. Hollywood's weighing in, right? Sucks. Yeah, it does. Commercials. I can't understand. Well, obviously, I can't understand because who in their right mind would want to be on a commercial today after we've been post-apocalypse and all the gospel has been redeemed since January 22nd, 2013? Who in their right mind? There's the answer to the question is in the question. Oh, no one in their right mind would want to be in commercials. Oh, I get it. Yeah. Forgive debt and trespass, love one eternal faithful peace. Yeah. All the girls getting raped to death in Mexico that got killed because of the COVID, to help clean up our brain activity. It's like, oh, so if you have economics that fuck young people to death, the best thing to do is just cause a pandemic to get rid of because we don't want to deal with the minds that, well, they might become mass murderers or serial killers or serial apists. Yeah, I get it. It's still sick as fuck. You didn't even give them opportunity. You just looked at your science projects and said this is the most viable solution and did that instead of stand up for the Lord's Prayer. Wake me up if we get to heaven. Let me sleep if we go to hell. Eternal wretchedness. Still, because they're keeping it all in a box and it's for sale. How much water do those gamma rays? Is it going to make the Hulk? Hulk smash. Right? I'm a tad bit pissed. I'm perturbed when I can sit back and assess situations as why are you still fucking doing this? Okay. I'm a tad bit perturbed. I should be. I'm my life's in lots of documentation and proved it. Why is it in there? Well, I think I proved it beyond any reasonable doubts. Okay. Well, you guys can all trust Gordon B. Hinckley and his business associates. Or Pope Leo and his business associates. Yeah, just thinking about that makes your skin go, make it stop, right? Get them the hell out of the house. Why did we have to see, the Jenner girls at like 13, 14 running around their bathing suits, painting their faces and throwing their mom, breaking her toe. And then the way he acted, that sounds like, I'd been like, what, you all motherfuckers broke your mom's toe? Okay, Earl. The fuck? What do you mean you broke her mom? Yeah, we picked mom up and threw her into this thing. And it broke her toe. What the fuck were you thinking? You think you're thinking? No, I would get mad. Okay. Amy was an ass and cheated on me and made fun of me and all, and his dick isn't satisfy me as much as the guys at Fort Huachuca, and did it on video as she was making audio recordings for Crumb, And I know it's because she was Stockholm syndromed and, the scientist and hey, super soldiers, hey, David Goggins, tell the rest of your buddies the untrackable phones. I said, fuck this, sod the fuck off. And let's have Will Smith and Gene Hackman pretend to be like you, the heist, yeah. Why do we still have all this dysfunction? The answer to the question is in the question, because no one in their right mind would make commercials right now. All right. So before, you like sitting there, okay, I'll reach out my hand to you. I don't trust it. I don't trust you half as far as jealous, darling, trust Johnny Rodriguez, right? Fortunately for us, I'm the guy who's like Adam Moses, David Jesus John, and you guys have technology that's learning to be supremely intelligent. And I will not be forsaken this time. Right? Thanks, Haile Selassie. Bak, bak. I love Haile Selassie. Anybody else love Haile Selassie? Yeah. You guys might want to keep his face off of propaganda ads on late night TV shows if you want your children to live the Lord's Prayer there. Right? Okay. That really pisses me off. You know what really pisses off? Haile Selassie. He gets kind of mad. They're being racist instead of being right. Well, we love you. You never shied from the things of the burning spear. Yeah. They turn everything into wacko tribalism, comic book, Wakanda Forever bullshit, and it sucks. Our side's got to win. I like sports too. It's fun when a team in your local community can win the last game of the year. Go Miners, right? Troopers won the state championship in 1976, right, in basketball. Eastwood. That's hard to do for El Paso team. Apparently they had some big black guys on the team. So, hey, this must be military brats. Probably so. and got a sign there by the people in the fort to see if, one of their teams, Eastwood's probably close to the fort and everything. El Dagos and stuff, El Paso, man. They want to be, they try to be more Texas than Texas, and they want to fit in. They want to be recognized. So we got the UTEP Miners and the Eastwood Troopers, and just kidding around. But yeah, they want to fit in, and the military, they'll do little things to, we're here, yelp. Yeah. Getting mass murdered by the military, and they volunteer for it. Oh, that's sick, isn't it? Isn't it, though? Given life by the glory of grace, by an infinite essence, not by perverts that consider you a commodity in a science experiment. Okay? You can study everything and break everything down to the umpteenth degree. Okay? Where are you going to keep it? In a box? Right? How much money does an atom cost? All right. And so when you understand rationale, when you understand reasoning, when you understand logical faith, when you understand natural laws, and I think they might be meant to be made to be obeyed there, right? You're a much better person than someone who's got ego problems and tries to impress everybody with your ego problems, right? It's irritating as fuck. I didn't see it coming, man. And, Alan Gibson told me, Barack Obama, you're going to help you. He's a politician. What has that got to do with anything? And then I know it has to do with the, you don't need the Epstein files to live the Lord's Prayer. You don't need smoking gun. Okay. You just need the humility of faith, eternal faith and infinite glory. And then you need the courage of kindness to stand up for it, because, we all need to obey natural laws to, so we don't end up Captain Kirk having to get the drilling thing and then go save the ship from the paper pusher. Fuck. Duckity duck, duck, duckity duck, duck, duckity duck. Yeah, I'm always going to be hard on my family, when they claim to believe in the same things I believe in, but they don't back it up with faith based on reality. Oh, you betcha I'm going to kick their ass. Why'd you break your mom's toe? What the fuck's wrong with you? Don't act like an idiot for all these assholes at the fort watching you on camera. Wasn't you? Saw the marks on your shoulder. You ate the chocolate bar and the guys. Amy. Yeah. No, Amy's not a monster. Amy felt she had to be a monster to survive where the wild things are, You have no solid evidence that she would have been the person that she behaved like if you guys hadn't have been the, spyware Nazis in the house trying to, outdo me. Oh, we know it. It's gotten worse every, it's like magnitude of earthquakes. Oh, yeah. You're just trying to outdo me. It's going to do me. I don't want to hear it. Look, just be humble, submit to faith and infinite glory, and stand up for the Lord's Prayer. Fuck that. No, I'm not giving that. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. You have to do what is right, and you have to obey natural laws. The most intelligent thing you could do is submit to faith and infinite glory, and then use the technology. Hey, forgive not and trespass. Plot physics perfect. Yay! Life's eternal, grace is infinite. That's the truth. You philosophize with me for money one more time. Never mind. It's already been done. Okay. So, been there, done that, right? Who in their right mind would do commercials right now? The answer to the question is in the question, right? Who would do propaganda movies right now when we've been post-apocalypse since January 22nd, 2013? The only person in their right mind is the one who gets on YouTube every day and goes, why do I have to fix the technology all by myself? Because they're not in their right mind. There you go. We already answered that with the commercials. Okay, bam. I'm on an Old Navy commercial. Make it stop. I'm working on it. Damn, M. Night Shyamalan's imagination sucks. So does being the Capital One bank guy. I know. Bank shot my ass. I want my Monty, free from that kind of perpetual abuse. He's a good guy. He tries to be a good person. He's not wantonly disrespectful and abusive, and it's hard trying to be a good person in this hell. But I love my brother-in-laws. Okay. Yes, I love Bob Zinkus. Okay. He's a dumbass. Bob Zinkus knows he's a dumbass. If Bob Zinkus doesn't know he's a dumbass, somebody needs to set that man down and talk to him. Why'd you break your mom's toe? Right? The hell's wrong with you? What are you trying to keep up with? Okay. Do you have a desire to be Caitlyn Jenner's RuPaul buddy? What's the matter here? Bob, are you okay? No, he's well, Jim was a bigger ass than Bob. Trying to explain that to Steffi. No, the guy she was married to from Michigan, his grandma was great, but he was a jerk. Yeah, his grandma was cool. Yeah, Amy said that too. Grandma Oberlin was the best. What happened? Yeah, mongrel. It's a mongrel. It happens. It happens. I think it's because of the relativity. You give people bad application of physics, you're going to get bad, this is real. Money's real? Yes. And why is gold more valuable than water? Don't ask Bobby Boucher. No, you need high quality H2O blessed by Eskimo medicine man. Vicky Valancourt will give for me and we win the Bourbon Bowl. Why do we need to win the Bourbon Bowl? Because we batshit crazy. Why do we need to do that? Because who would do commercials post-apocalypse? Right. Answer to the question is in the question. Thank you. I want to suck your blood. Okay, guys. We ain't in Transylvania no more. Okay. Blood teppies. Impale them. Brian with frickin' Shaka Zulu. We're watching that going, oh my God, he's horrible. That's horrible. To do that to your quote unquote enemies. David didn't do that to his enemies. Yeah, and how many times? Yeah, David got screwed over by his enemies because he was forgiving to his enemies, and then they went and betrayed him anyway. But at least he didn't impale them and have everybody worried about. Do they call him King David the Impaler? David was the bad guy, but God loved him anyway. God's omnipotent and omnipotent. Okay? Learn to love like Jesus Christ. You don't have to write Burt Bacharach songs and sell them for ridiculous amounts of money for ridiculous amounts of years. And don't let the California psychics talk you into putting marijuana in your luggage at the airport. Carol, you don't need marijuana. You want me to walk on by. You're funny. I know. If you see me walking down the street and I start to cry each time we meet, walk on. That's the coolest thing, though. Okay? All the people that the temple set Pupu Nadi used to mind fuck me, to make me think there's my forever love, there's my best friend. We don't ever have to meet. We don't have to huggle and snuggle. We don't have to stay up late nights and swap manly stories and in the morning make waffles, right? No harm, no foul, right? I'd sit there and see Barack Obama. I thought you were going to be, do the whole thing with Jimmy when I stole this G.I. Joe stuff and everything. I thought we were friends, Neither one of us have to do that. Avoids a lot of discomfort. We just got to go. We're applying the physical laws for fresh air. I love it. Clean water. Oh, wow. Awesome shelter. Look, there's a basement with a fridge stacked up full of jelly jars. Yeah. And B-52 songs? No more B-52s, right? Okay. Stop advertising, right? No more selling trucks. Damn Texans. Lincoln and Thoreau were right about most of you. But let's forgive them 7 times upon infinity and stop seeing greatness in genocidal battles of war to be the champion. I am the champion. Make it stop. What happens in Las Vegas stays in Las Vegas. There you go. Put the vase back and put the flowers in it. You are not soccer champions and you don't want to have sex with women that are mindless. Scooby-Dooby-Dee, Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Their songs are mindless, right? Okay, do you understand? Okay. That means Kim Wayans can be funny and not have to worry about losing the farm, right? Being sent back to the ghetto, right? No more ghetto. No more Cabrini Green. No more Queensbridge. Yay, we're living the Lord's Prayer. Hallelujah, brother. Right? No more Roswell. No more Albuquerque. 2 in the chest and 1 in the head, right? No more idiots smoking crack pipes next to you while you're driving somewhere to pay your extortion in Albuquerque. No more having to tell a black guy, you about to get your ass kicked. That dude, it was down by UNM, black like drug dealer, pimp, whatever. And I was in my security guard uniform, and he started getting in front of me. I was like, hey, just backing off. But if he had pushed it too far, it would have been funny. You mean the chubby kind of security guard took the big tough black guy and kicked his ass like he was whooping, like that ghetto dad on Facebook when the girl was going out in the miniskirt and she was only like 13 years and he told her to go change and she wouldn't. He took his belt off and he commenced to whooping her ass. That's what would have happened. Everybody in their doggy style knows it. Everybody knows their own. I don't want to hurt you. And he started, man, I'm about to fuck you up. Because it happens. There are dumb people. They cannot smell the pheromones. Apparently, the drug dealer to the stars in Scottsdale was more intelligent than... I don't know. I can't say for sure. He probably would have got out of the car and the pheromones would have come up and he probably would have done the same thing they all do. Okay, I'm feeling generous today, so just go on your way. I would have been mad, like, I should have kicked that motherfucker's ass. And then I would have been more agitated by it than him. He would have gone away. He goes, there's a little voice in my head saying that man would have rearranged my universe if I got into it with him. And me, in ancient times, I'd been able to kick his ass and have him walk with the limp for the rest of his life, saying, hey, never try to pimp a woman again. He's like King David. So, in ancient times, aren't we glad we've got all this Neil deGrasse Tyson and his buddies scan disc technology to make sure that we protect all the thugs from getting their asses kicked by the most gorgeous man in the world? No. Why? Because I performed everything necessary by January 22nd, 2013. It's freaking the 29th of January, 2026. You hate children. You hate women. You hate your neighbor. Anybody in their right mind would get, Lord's Prayer now, Estaki, Odelay, all the way, yay! You guys are sick, man. You're like a Charlie Clark Nissan Michael Gopin commercial that will never go away. Hey, give me a 5-star rating. Hey, shut the fuck up, park your car and stand up for the Lord's Prayer. Or go shave your head off somewhere else. Get off my lawn. They deserve it, just like Sam Harris deserves it, He's an asshole. Stop being an asshole. Stand up for the Lord's Prayer. If you really love women and children and your brother next door, stand up for the Lord's Prayer. Stop being an asshole for money on TV. Shit, it's not that hard. Why is the sky blue, Neil deGrasse Tyson?